Hello and welcome everyone.
I'm Aki.
And I'm Haru.
Welcome to our cozy little corner of the world where we turn all that scary money talk into something bright and, actually wonderful.
We're so happy you're here to join us.
Okay, Aki-sensei, let's just be real for a second. For so many of us, thinking about finance, investing, all that stuff, it really does feel like stepping into a deep, dark forest. It's super intimidating and you have no idea which way to go.
Oh, that is such a common feeling, Haru. But I promise you, it's not nearly as scary as it seems. Today, we're going to show you a gentle, sunlit path right through that forest.
Because the real goal here isn't just about these big, scary numbers on a screen. It's about freedom. It's about joy. It's about reaching that sunny meadow at the end of the path where you have total control over your own time. Ooh, I love that so much. A sunny meadow of financial freedom?
Okay, let's dive right in. A lot of people think building wealth requires all these complex charts and, secret formulas. But honestly, the most powerful tool you have is actually your own mind. It's all about building these tiny, powerful money habits, and your brain has some wonderful little quirks we can absolutely use to our advantage.
So the first one is called mental accounting. It sounds kind of fancy, but it's just this simple, super fun trick of giving your dollars little jobs. Oh, so you mean instead of one big pile of savings, I could have a weekend adventure fund and a cozy cafe treats fund? Exactly. When your money has a purpose, a fun little job, our brains find it so much easier and way more joyful to save. It just turns a chore into a delightful game.
Ah, the ouchy feeling. I know this one. It's that feeling I get when I check my little digital Tamagotchi, my investment portfolio, and its mood is down, so then my mood goes down, and I get this huge urge to just panic. That's it, precisely. It's called myopic loss aversion. And the amazing thing is, just knowing that this quirk exists is like having a superpower. It helps us resist that urge to react to the market's little mood swings so we can be much better gardeners for our money.
Wow, so this is a real-life example of mental accounting in action. This person just made saving a little game with their spare change, and it added up to so much without even feeling like a sacrifice. It's honestly like magic. Painless saving, I absolutely love the sound of that.
Okay, Aki-sensei, I'm really feeling the good vibes. But where do I even start? It still feels like a lot to actually begin planting my money garden.
That is an excellent question. Let's make it super simple.
So this is the crucial point, and it's such a wonderful lesson from the psychology of money. A perfect, but really complicated plan that you quit after a week is, well, it's useless. What we really want is a reasonable plan, something simple, something cozy, and something that's easy to stick with, like your favorite sweater.
And a reasonable plan can start with an amount this small, really. The most important step in any journey is always the first one, no matter how tiny it might seem. This one little seed is all it takes to begin.
Wait, that's it? Just pick a small amount, set it to transfer automatically, and then just leave it alone? That sounds completely doable. I honestly feel like a weight has just been lifted. That is the whole secret. Make it easy, make it automatic, and just give it peace to grow. So once you've planted that little seed, there's one more magical ingredient that your money garden needs to truly flourish. And that ingredient is time.
Okay, let's do a little magic trick. Let's imagine you invested this amount, $10,000, into a simple S&P 500 index fund about a decade ago. Let's think of it as our starter seed.
And whoa, that decade was a bumpy ride. There were some really scary moments, like that big market correction in 2018, and then that huge crash right when the pandemic started in 2020. The market's little Tamagotchi was definitely not happy sometimes.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the power of patience. By simply holding on and letting that seed grow through all of those mood swings, your initial $10,000 would have become roughly $30,000. Time and patience really are the sunshine and water for your garden.
Sensei, look at that difference. It's not even close. The person who starts at 20 ends up with over $500,000. But the person who waits until 40 ends up with so much less, even though they're saving the exact same amount each month. It's like turning your money into a tiny snowball that rolls down a long, snowy hill and just becomes this giant, fluffy snowball of powdered sugar by the end. That is the magic of compounding. Your earliest dollars are your most powerful ones because time is truly your most valuable asset.
And this is becoming more and more important than ever. If you look at the data here, you can see a really clear trend across countries. As our average life expectancy gets longer, the need for our investments to grow with us becomes absolutely vital. Tending to our money garden isn't just a nice idea, it's essential for making sure we have the resources for a long, bright, and happy future.
Okay, so we've gone through the forest, we've planted our seeds, we've watched them grow, so now we're finally arriving at that sunny meadow you talked about, right? We are. Let's talk about the true reason we do all of this.
True wealth isn't really about having a fancy car or all these expensive things. It's about owning your time. It's the ability to wake up in the morning and decide for yourself what your day looks like. That freedom, that control, that is the greatest thing money can ever buy.
So these are kind of like the simple daily mindsets for just tending our garden. They're not complicated rules, just gentle reminders. Save without a specific reason just gives you options. And worship room for error, I love that. It means it's okay if things aren't perfect. Exactly. Be reasonable, not rational. Be kind to your future self.
So, the only question left is the one you can answer right after this. It doesn't need to be big, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nope, just one tiny golden seed planted today. You've totally got this. Thanks so much for joining us.